Hi, I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to day 12 of Learn 200 Idioms in 20 days. Our topic today is idioms about personality and character. And there are so many idioms in this topic that I'm going to do part 1 today and part 2 next time. So before we begin, I'd like you to click on the subscribe button down below and turn on the bell notification so that you don't miss any of my videos, especially none of the videos in this series. You can learn a lot with these lessons. So let's look at number 1 in idioms about personality and character. So number 1 is a busybody. A busybody is a person who has to know everything that's going on in everybody's life. And maybe he or she asks you uncomfortable questions sometimes, maybe even inappropriate questions to find some information out about your life. So let's say someone asks a young lady, so are you dating anybody? Are you seeing anybody right now? And that might make the young lady feel a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe you even have a busybody in your neighborhood. Someone who is always looking out the window, seeing what's going on the street. They always have to know what's going on in everybody's life and maybe in their neighborhood as well. A busybody. Number 2 is a cheapskate. A cheapskate is somebody who doesn't like to spend money. Now, it doesn't mean that he or she doesn't have any money. They might actually be a really wealthy person. They just don't like to part with any of their money. Let's say you know somebody who is like this, who is a cheapskate, and maybe they give you a birthday present, and you know it really looks like they didn't spend a lot of money on your gift, and maybe you've known them for quite a while, and you know that they can afford more, but you know that they are a real cheapskate, that they don't like to part with their money. Number 3 is a go-getter. A go-getter is somebody who has a lot of energy, who is always going and doing and learning and accomplishing. They're usually a really ambitious person, someone who sets goals for themselves and who spends a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of effort in accomplishing those goals. So a go-getter is a really ambitious person who gets things done. Number 4 is a know-it-all. And maybe you know somebody like this. Somebody who thinks that they know everything. Somebody who thinks that their ideas are the best. Somebody who thinks that their ways of doing things are the best ways. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're fixing something at home. Let's say you're trying to fix your computer. There's an issue with your computer. And someone in your family comes along and says, would you like me to help you with that? Would you like me to fix that for you? And being the courteous person that you are, you kind of step back and you let them try to fix your computer. But you soon realize that they don't know anything more than you do. But because they're a know-it-all, they think they know how to do everything, how to fix everything. So a know-it-all thinks that their way, their idea is always the best. Number 5 is a man or woman of his or her word. A man of his word or a woman of her word is someone who you can always trust. Someone who you can always depend on to do what they say they're going to do. If they promise to do something for you, you know that they are not going to do it. They are always going to do whatever they tell you they're going to do. You can really depend on them. You can trust their word. Number 6 is a mover and shaker. A mover and shaker is a person who gets things done. They see a need in maybe their family, maybe at home, maybe in their community, maybe in their business, and they accomplish things. And they're very good at bringing people together. They're really good at recognizing skills and abilities in other people to work together to accomplish things. So a mover and shaker is somebody who gets things done. Someone who doesn't just talk about making things better, but they actually do it. And they involve other people as well. Number 7 is a social butterfly. somebody who can't sit still socially. They are out every night of the week with a different group of friends. They're at a restaurant, they're at a movie, they're at a party. Every night of the week, they're somewhere. If they are at a party, they're not the person who is sitting in the corner by him or herself. They're not a wallflower. They are the person who is up and about and talking to this group of people, that group of people, having conversations with people all throughout the party. So a social butterfly is someone who needs social behavior, who has a social personality, and they need that in their life. Number 8 is a stickler for something. And a person who is a stickler is a really detail-oriented person. Perhaps he or she is a stickler for grammar, or a stickler for rules, or a stickler for neatness or cleanliness. They don't allow other people to get away with bad grammar, breaking the rules, or not being neat or clean. As a grammar or as an English teacher, I'm a stickler for grammar, especially with my family, especially with my children and even my husband sometimes. Yes, that's true. If I hear them say something incorrect, I am right on them correcting it because it's a learning moment, right? So when you're a stickler, you're a really detail-oriented person about a particular topic. Number 9 is a wet blanket. A party pooper, a stick in the mud. These all kind of mean the same thing. And all of these things, a wet blanket, a party pooper, a stick in the mud, refers to a person who doesn't like to have fun. And if you are a wet blanket, you like to ruin the fun of other people. Maybe you invite people over for a party, and maybe they want to play the music a little bit loudly, right? And you say, you know what? I think the music is a little too loud. And I think, it's disturbing the neighbors. I think we have to bring down the music a little bit. Bring down the sound and the volume a little bit. So you're trying to ruin the fun of even guests in your own home. So a wet blanket and a party pooper and a stick in the mud especially, is someone who doesn't like to go out and have fun, doesn't like to go to the movies, doesn't like to go to parties, doesn't like to socialize at all usually. They just want to stay home most of the time. And number 10 is a worrywart. There's a difference between being a person who worries once in a while and being a worrywart. If you are a worrywart, you allow worry to consume you, even to the point of where worry makes you physically ill. A worrywart is someone who worries excessively to the point that it becomes an obsession in his or her life. So let's review numbers 1 to 10. Number 1 is a busybody, somebody who always needs to know what's going on in everybody's life. Number 2 is a cheapskate, somebody who doesn't like to spend money, even though they might have a lot of it. Number 3 is a go-getter, somebody who's really ambitious and energetic and who is always on the move doing something. Number 4 is a know-it-all, somebody who thinks that they know everything. Their ways and their ideas are always the best. Number 5 is a man or woman of his or her word, someone who you can depend on to do what they tell you they will do. Number 6 is a mover and shaker, somebody who really gets things done, doesn't just talk about bettering things, but really gets it done. Number 7 is a social butterfly, somebody who really needs to be social as part of their behavior and part of their personality. Number 8, a stickler for something. If you're a stickler for something, you are a really detail-oriented person. And again, maybe you're a stickler for grammar, a stickler for rules, a stickler for neatness or cleanliness in your home. Number 9 is a wet blanket, a party pooper or a stick in the mud, somebody who doesn't like to have fun and who maybe likes to stop the fun of others as well. And number 10 is a worrywart, somebody who worries excessively and almost to the point of causing physical illness in their own body. So that's numbers 1 to 10 in part 1 of idioms about personality and character. Next time, I will do part 2. So thanks so much for joining me today. Remember to click on the subscribe button down below. I want to know that you're out there and that these videos are helpful for you. And feel free to leave a comment as well. So thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.